to Raunchy Power Hour, a book club for discussing romance from the erotic to the erroneous. As always, this is an explicit podcast and contains strong language, adult themes, and sexual content. If you are sensitive to these things, we urge you calmly but sincerely to turn off your radio now.
This week, we are reading Stuffed by the Were-Turkey by Tate McKirk. This is the entirety of Stuffed by the Were-Turkey and will contain spoilers of the entire novella. If you want to read along with us, stop listening now. It's okay. We'll wait for you to come back. This book contains themes of what I would argue is possible bestiality. It's vague. You have been warned. I'm your producer, Ashlyn.
I'm Sydney.
And I'm that tofurkey you vegans want to fuck.
Now get ready to get raunchy.
Sydney, I have a very serious and legitimate question to ask you this evening.
Okay. What's your question?
And you know, I trust you with every fiber of my being. You would never let me down. I love you dearly and cherish you as one of my most close and loved friends in this world. And I just need to preface that before I ask you this. Oh, thank you.
What you said?
You ready? You ready to change that?
I'm scared, but you know what? Let's gobbledygool all the way. What's up?
Of all the variants of a were creature that you can think of, so like, you know, werewolf, I don't know, were chicken, were sheep, just the list goes on, right? All the variations of a were creature, which is the most fuckable?
The most fuckable. So to clarify, they turn into a werewolf-like being. And you're asking me which one would be the most fuckable.
Yeah, and you know what? Feel free not to specify, but like, you can fuck them in either form. But
okay,
I'll leave that to you in your discretions.
I don't know if I don't want that discretion. I don't want it. The most fuckable. I'm thinking of a very stupid answer right now, and I just think it would be funny. But I think the most fuckable were creature would have to be I don't know. This is really hard because I don't know if I want to answer it. I think that's my problem. We'll say a were panther or something like that.
Ooh, you know what? There aren't wrong or right answers to this question, but I do feel like if there had to be, that would be a correct answer. That's a pretty good one.
I was jokingly going to say like a were like pigeon. Exactly. That was very good. That was a very good impression. I was going to say that mostly because we've actually bred pigeons to the point now, like even like modern day pigeons, to the point where they're dependent upon humans, and I'm like a dependent pigeon lover.
That's true. You could like Frankenstein your own lover.
I don't want to. You know what? That's too much power.
You know, I'm delighted to inform you, and this is not sponsored, listeners at home. There is a pigeon boyfriend dating game, Hatoful Boyfriend, that you should check out.
It's already in my Steam library. So
Amazing. Amazing.
speaking of wanting to date birds, Lauren, what did we read? What the fuck did we just read?
For the record, audience members, my choice is a werehorse.
Isn't that just a centaur?
You got me.
Save a horse. Ride a centaur.
But yeah. I was about to say fuck a stallion, but that is not what that saying does.
No, that's scarred me from Jack's head, and you didn't have to read it. So you know what? You would change your answer if you actually read that damn book.
But I got to experience it in its most pure form, and I'm excited. I'm so glad. So thankful.
Lauren into pony play confirmed.
Add it to the list. Add it to the list. Yes, we did read Werebird porn. I think.
Yep. It was something.
How was that for you? Did you like it? Did you take it like a good girl? I need to go home.
I just don't know how to answer after that question. I took it in the best way I could, which was by closing my eyes and just waiting for it to be over. It was interesting to see. You know what? It's like it's that guy you go home with at the club where you realize how like bad looking he is, but he like you had the experience. It was fun. You're never doing it again.
So this is a 4 shots in, like no water, probably going to be hungover the next morning, and so we're making bad decisions type book.
Yeah, this is one of those books. But you are going to have a wild ride while it's happening. You may regret your life choices.
So did the main character. So
yeah,
you know, action was had, and I read this shit at work.
Same here.
I was sitting in my cubicle. I had to be so careful to like angle my laptop as like.
Oh, you were on a laptop.
Angle it too much. Oh yes, like I didn't want that on my work network. That was scandalous. But I had to like, you know how it goes. You have to angle your laptop to a certain degree where they can't see it upon entering your cubicle, but it can't be so turned around that it's like obviously suspicious and they'll want to see what you're working on. So I had to get at that right angle, put the brightness all the way down, like really just get in the zone, and then have another tab ready of like a half typed up email that was never going to go to anybody. So I can flip between them as fast as I can if someone were to enter unannounced. And that is how I did this.
Lauren, I'm just going to get you a damn Kindle. Because that's what I read on mine on. And I didn't have to hide anything, really. I just kind of like put it on my desk and just kind of pretended like I was looking down.
Listen, I was trying to Kim Possible this shit.
I will note, before we started this episode and when I suggested this book, because of course this was my suggestion, Ashlyn did read through this novella first, and she did question whether or not we could do an hour's worth of content based off of this little novella. And after reading it, I was just like, yeah, we could talk about this for an hour. Trust me.
And even if we don't, we have some fun surprises in store for everybody involved. So we got options, just like Thanksgiving. You know, you can choose your side dishes before the main course.
You got your mashed potatoes, you got your cranberries, you got
your quinoa,
your quinoa, your turkey gravy.
That, you know what? We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. I will say before we go any further, I am going to give a shout out to the sequel nobody wanted on TikTok. They are the one that I saw their video on first about this novella. And they kind of gave me the idea to review this. So wanted to give them a shout out, and for everybody else who's also currently trying to read this novella and talk about it. So thanks, TikTok. Also, shout out to the author, Tate McKirk. Shout out to you, but also shame on you. What was this?
Listen, what if it was her magnum opus? We don't know.
True. I can't argue. It is a piece of art. I will argue. This is a piece of art, but I don't know whether it's good or not.
I have a question.
Yes.
How would you describe Tate McKirk's Mind Palace?
Gifted kid burnout. Because I believe she states this herself on her like author bio. She's like, had always been a really talented writer growing up, had entered in like art or like writing contests or some ish, and like, you know, which is like just like really, really had a nice career ahead of her. Doesn't tell us anything of what happens between there, but I'm guessing the whole prodigious like writing talent disappears at some point because she's so tired of like not being able to live up to these like impossible standards of self-imposed perfection that she ends up here where we are writing monster were turkey porn. And for that, I respect her.
Are you telling me this wasn't perfection?
Listen, in some circles, maybe. But in this little pentagram we have on this little podcast, no. It takes a lot to scar me in the realm of sexual and graphic, fantastical, like fan fiction content. This shit is burned into my frontal lobe grooves. And I will never know peace again.
You've got a smooth brain.
And it's all mashed potatoes, baby.
Yep.
But I believe we've already touched on a little bit of this author's background. Sydney, do you have any background information to share with us about Tate McKirk?
To be honest, Lauren, I didn't know much about Tate McKirk until just a couple minutes ago, reading their bio. So, yeah, it seems like they've just been writing for a while, and now they're just shitposting. And you know what? I'm all for it. Do what you love. Do what you're passionate for. And if you're not having fun with it, then what the hell are you doing?
Just maybe don't write this. Maybe
don't write this. Also, please change your Amazon author's photo.
Please describe for the listeners what it looks like.
It's a side of the author's face with just a small, tiny little pink tentacle. Oh yeah, there is like it's like reaching across to like towards their mouth, and I'm like, you know what? Actually, no, don't change it. Do you want to know why? It fits in exactly to what is being written and introduces that. So I'm having a sexy, thrilling ride, and that is what they wrote in their bio, and I'm going to go with it.
Are we ready to talk about said sexy, thrilling ride?
It was something.
It was a lot of something.
Yeah,
we're gonna share it with you all because we like suffering and causing it. Yep. This book fried my brain. I can't formulate coherent thought anymore. This is so terrible.
Say, what I do like about this novella is that it's kind of becoming a trend on Book Talk to like read this and like review it. And we all know it's a little silly. It's a little funky crazy. And I think the author is playing into that. And I think that is really fun. So while it is not a piece that should be studied in the history books, I will say it was kind of fun and very weird and wild, but it was something. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now.
I agree with you. I do truly have a weird, sick amount of appreciation for the monster porn genre in the same way that I know that Siggy Shade is very self-aware of the absurdity of her writing. I did get that vibe from Tate McCurk's, Stuffed by the Were Turkey piece. Except for some reason, this was worse because I don't like food play. And that was present. That's the line that I have chosen to draw. Not pony play, not Furbies. Food. If it doesn't breathe, it shouldn't be fucked. Okay? Sorry, no, that's FBI, please. Have mercy.
Get that out, Ashlyn. Get that out.
No.
Oh, it's staying in. Staying in. Okay.
Carve it on my headstone when I'm dead. All right. Am I walking us through this nightmare? This hellscape?
Walk us.
All right, there's literally like 2 characters we need to talk about. The others don't fucking matter. We got Josette, spelled Josettee, so it's either Josette or Josette with more of a Z emphasis, but I like to say Josette because it sounds stupid. Josette is a bad vegan. And that's all we really need to know.
Coming from the bad vegan herself.
Indeed, we'll get into that. I have credibility. No, Josette is our main female protagonist here, who we get to piggyback off of for this horrific experience. And then the other main character is never given a name. He's actually called many names. Strange Turkey Man, Were Turkey, The Turkey, Just Turkey Man. I think he responds to whatever, even Daddy with the right emphasis.
Hey, Lauren, do you think he responds to...
That's probably his mating call, if I had to guess.
That is actually their mating call, yes. And they go...
Yeah. Yeah, Were Turkey. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's our characters. Hope you've enjoyed the show. We open this sick and twisted novella to Joe, who is actively protesting outside of a local turkey farm around Thanksgiving time. Why is she protesting, you may ask? It's because
the day of Thanksgiving. It's the day of Thanksgiving.
Well, she's there on Thanksgiving and she's protesting. And you want to know why she's protesting? Because she's a bad vegan who likes animal freedoms and rights, including turkeys, and doesn't believe that we should be eating meat and killing innocent animals. Sid,
true.
What'd you think of this opening? This one page.
This one page, I was like, fuck, no. And on top of it, it was the fact that she was like, oh, and my body's so lean and like so cut because I haven't had an animal byproduct in so long. And I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You are the insufferable vegan. One of my best friends is vegan, and they are more like also into the ethics of being vegan. But this is the type of vegan that is like really annoying and is like, I've been vegan for so long and it's like giving me so many health benefits and I'm just gonna hang out with other vegans because I feel better than everybody else.
Yeah, you hit it. You hit the hammer on the nail because, listen, as a former vegan myself, I feel qualified to say this. So like vegan community, don't shit on this podcast because I have the stamp of approval. This chick sucks. She sucks. And the reason she sucks is because there's a subsection of like veganism and plant-based dietary culture in general that is based upon sort of the pillars of like animal cruelty, like animal rights, environmentalism, which is great. I think those are inherently really awesome things to build your life around and shape a diet around as long as you're getting the nutrients that works for you. That's awesome. What is not awesome is forcing that mantra on everybody else. I think there's this joke a lot of times with people that shit on the vegan community. And again, I think for some folks it's rightfully so, right? Where people will say like, oh, like, what is that joke? It's like, is there a doctor in the house? And then someone will step forward and be like, I'm vegan.
Vegan.
Exactly. And it's like veganism becomes somebody's whole personality. And I think that is truly the best descriptor of Josette because we truly know nothing else about this chick other than that she doesn't fuck and that
she wants to.
She wants to, but she can't. And she's vegan. That's literally all.
So, fuck PETA. That's all I'm going to say. Fuck PETA.
Fuck PETA.
I have a very strong stance against PETA. So the fact that was also brought up, I was like, ooh, I don't like you. Oh,
I'm so glad you said that because I totally forgot to say that Josette might be the quickest I've ever jumped to disliking a romance lead in everything we've recorded across this podcast, which is a marvel because we have read The Mister by E.L. James.
Yeah. Yeah. Any mention of PETA, and I'm like, fuck. No. You're just no.
Gross and icky organization.
Yeah.
It's
moving on.
they get their due diligence. So she's protesting outside of this turkey farm when all of a sudden she hears a farmer sort of exclaiming like, get back here, like, very visibly distressed. She turns around and sees this turkey that's like full on just like like escaping the farmer. I was imagining like Looney Tunes style, like Roadrunner, just like exactly. And instead of, I don't know, doing literally anything else, Josette says, hey, what if I open my arms to this turkey like fucking bird Jesus?
Oh my god. She's ASPCA ads when it's like in the arms. I'm not gonna sing more in case we get copyrighted.
That's amazing. Yes, like sad expressions.
Really sad animals and they're just like pulling on your heartstrings. They're like, hey, you don't want to be a dick and not donate to these sad animals, do you?
Someone needs to make an ASPCA commercial slow-mo of a turkey sprinting at breakneck speed.
I'm on it.
Thank you.
I'll do a cover of the song.
If you need a singer for it, let me know. I've always got my chops primed and ready to go. Oof. Yeah, no, she opens her arms and the turkey flies right into him and she scoops this bitch up and throws it in her car and she speeds off because that was a full thought out plan that she had.
Grand Theft Turkey.
What she plans to do with the turkey, I don't even think she explicitly ever says. Like, she just kind of is like, I got some fuckers from my local PETA chapter coming over for a vegan, organic, BPA-free Thanksgiving. Wouldn't it be a riot if I had this turkey that I saved and sequestered from this turkey farm in my guest bathroom?
Yeah. No, I think it was just her bathroom.
I like the idea of guest bathroom better.
Yeah,
I want
true.
them to see it.
True. That does make it kind of funnier.
Yeah, I just, Turkey comes home. I'm trying to make this sound less bad shit than it actually is. But Turkey
You
comes home.
can't. You can't. Well, okay, wait. What I will add here is when I read like the whole thing about her trying to prepare a Thanksgiving dinner for like these PETA vigilantes is what I'm going to call them. I thought it makes them sound so much even more pretentious because she's like, oh yes, it has to be vegan, has to be like nut free, has to be like soy free and like BPA free. And I'm just like, you are the pretentious fucks that everybody hates and gives veganism a bad name.
Yes, which at that point is insane because if you think about it, the vegan diet is already incredibly restrictive as is. To then demand that you add on like organic, BPA free, soy free, like that is
Nut
literally.
free.
Yeah, it becomes so incredibly restrictive and also a very privileged and affluent diet to have because that kind of diet would never fly if you come from a low income background because like you can't afford organic shit all the time. Like that is so expensive and unrealistic. Like, yeah, no, I got the same exact vibe. It was really pretentious.
Yeah. There's too much talk of veganism and how it's very elitist in my porn Where Turkey book.
Yes. Listen, we're not hitting the hard societal issues in this porn.
We really need to talk about these issues. Call now. Discuss today.
Call the fucking turkey hotline if you or a loved one have
In
personally.
the arms.
And then we'll have the turkey in the background.
Fly away.
We need to make that commercial. I'll post it on the socials.
I'm on it.
Oh my god, brilliant. You know what else is fucking brilliant? This is where I knew we were in for a ride because this is like I want to say on like page 3. Like maybe. All right, like this is so early in. So she brings home this turkey and she's like looking at the turkey of like, oh, it'll be so nice to have saved you because maybe one day you can go into the wild and you can mate with a lady turkey. And then immediately the next line is about how she's thinking of her own sex life or lack thereof. And I was like, where is the A to B? Why are we thinking about mating of turkeys? And then that makes you think of, wow, I wish I had some dick right now.
Yeah, she's not kidding. It goes, he could live a long, healthy life and maybe make some baby turkeys with a nice lady turkey. The thought made her sigh, mourning her own lackluster sex life. Yeah, I'm just like, where's the jump? Where did we go to get here?
Listen, I don't look at my I don't look at my neighborhood birds chasing each other around the block in pure joy and unbridlement and look and think, wow, I could really get laid out on a platter right now.
Damn, they fuck and I don't.
It must be nice.
It must be nice to fuck.
Oh my god. Speaking of must be nice, this is how we know she doesn't get any punani or pee-pee. And sorry. This is how we know she doesn't have any sexual excitement in her life. Because then in that same paragraph, I'm pretty sure she refers to her private region, her vagina, as a quote mound.
Oh my god.
She also says it tingles when she's aroused. Yep. And I was like, what in the Wattpad are we reading right now? What do you mean it tingles? You should get that checked out.
Yeah, I did write down that we need to talk about the mound.
Let's talk about it. Why is mound an unsexy word, Sydney?
So it's so unsexy because it's like it's not even funny. Like, when we refer to like a penis as like a pee-pee or something like that. It's a fun thing to say. But when you say mound, it's just like it gives off an air of like there's nothing down there. And I don't like that. It makes the sexual part of a woman feel not sexual, even when it tingles.
That's a brilliant observation, because when I hear the word mound outside of like a sexual context, I think of like a small hill or like something that's like dry and like not really
barren.
much going on. So when you
Also,
translate that into sexual context, it's like, this is hairless and like dry, like I don't know.
I'm also thinking when you say mound, you're actually meaning like the front outside of.
Yes.
Like I'm more thinking of the pubic area, which is what I think they're referencing. I'm like, if it is tingling, you've got crabs. I hate to tell you.
That might be pubic lice.
Might be people like, maybe that's why you're not having sex, lady. You keep giving people pubic lice because you refuse to kill them because they're living life forms.
Put some BPA back in your diet. Fix that shit.
If a vegan gets pubic lice, is it unvegan of them to kill the pubic lice?
PETA, please don't come after us.
Vegans, sound off in the comments below. What do you think?
See, I could answer that question as a retired vegan. I've been vegetarian for many years, but I was vegan for only like 1 year. I will say, in my humble and always correct opinion, yes, that is a violation of veganism.
It is a living, breathing creature. However, I will say, my dear friend, who I've known since kindergarten, hates bugs and is also vegan and will kill them so quickly.
I feel it. It's okay. It's okay.
Ashlyn?
I looked this up as mostly a joke to see if PETA had a stance on the killing of bugs.
Well, of course they do.
Quote, "We realize the aggressive methods of defense must sometimes be resorted to under dire circumstances, whether the attacker is a flea, a bear, or a knife-wielding mugger. But PETA encourages non-lethal methods of insect and rodent control whenever possible." That is
sorry.
really a line from their website.
Let me just get a fistful of this lice here and just release it.
Sorry, I have to go rehome my pubic lice. I'll be back.
Let me take it to a shelter.
Oh my god. Sorry, going to a doctor and be like, and the doc's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, you've got pubic lice. Hey doc, do you have a humane way of relocating these lice?"
Are you partnered with
the doctor would look at you and go, "What the fuck are you on?"
He'd be like, "Here's some Rogaine." Go kill it. Oh my god. If y'all see a Twitter poll in the near future about pubic lice being vegan, don't answer. Don't answer.
I hate that this is... Hey, as Ashlyn said before we started recording, remember when this used to be a podcast about romance books?
The madness has happened.
The madness. We are dissolving into it.
Indeed. Speaking of fucking madness, we got PETA coming over for Thanksgiving. Joe, as a member of PETA, has partnered with Sadie, who I believe is like, I don't know, the president of PETA, some like leadership role or whatever, has partnered with Sadie to host a dinner party for 8, which involves, as Sydney already mentioned, a wild like pharmacy, like warnings and regulations type list of dietary restrictions. And it is absurd, it is pretentious, and it is so obnoxious. And it leads Joe to making the brilliant decision to prepare a tofurkey with quinoa as a Thanksgiving dish.
Yes. I will also note, I made the mistake. She says people were allergic to gluten and nuts, which is why she couldn't use them in the meal. So I will take that back, because that is a legitimate dietary concern.
As someone that's allergic to nuts, fuck them, you know?
It says you, the one who gets really tender lips whenever you... who tells me to not make out with you when I've eaten a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Listen. Evolution needs to take me out at some point. Okay, we have ruined the survivability of our species.
Just the people allergic to nuts.
When I say I'm going to force feed you nuts, I get shit posted on Twitter. But you can say that you're going to force feed you nuts?
Listen, if I expect it, if I give permission to it and consent to it, that's euthanasia. That's not murder. It's different. A mercy kill.
I don't believe that's a definition. I believe I would still go to prison.
Probably. We'll have to fly to Sweden to do it. I think euthanasia is legal there. Anyway,
in Canada,
or maybe Switzerland. It's one of the two.
Yep,
it's one of the two. Ashlyn, fact check me. Please hold. Sydney, let's make up a song about the were turkey while we wait. I'll lay down a beat.
Oh, were turkey, you are so funky. You've got hair, but it's not hair 'cause feathers. Hey, you keep those feathers when you turn into a human, because that's how you like to attract mates. And then you go.
Amazing. Thank you. Yes, Ashlyn?
This is a very weird article that I'm on now. The things that I researched for this show. Sweden, it is deemed legal after a landmark court ruling in 2010. Healthcare professional can cease life support upon request from the patient if they understand the consequences, and administering a lethal substance is illegal, but they can cease life support. Switzerland, it was deadly drugs can be prescribed to a Swiss person or to a foreigner where the recipient takes an active role in drug administration. However, in 1942, assisted suicide is a crime only if the motive is selfish. I don't know how they figured that out.
Also, how do you enforce that?
I don't know.
True.
It does not go into detail. Canada has, so those two have like 3 lines about the history of euthanasia. Canada has 8 paragraphs.
Yeah.
Currently, assisted suicide in Canada is protected by law as of 2016.
Hey.
The battle for that one was apparently very uphill.
Yeah.
It's still uphill, actually. There's a lot of... You know what? We shouldn't talk about the the ethics of assisted suicide.
Did you know that there are 2 different forms of assisted suicide? There's active voluntary euthanasia and passive euthanasia.
Oh, it's
No.
the trolley problem.
Oh, it is.
There are currently only 8 countries in the world where active voluntary euthanasia is legal. You want to take a guess?
Wait, sorry. I'm just thinking of like passively, so like you don't know.
What is the difference? Passive euthanasia is the refusal of treatment or the withdrawal of life support. So we have that in the US where we can refuse life support.
Care. Yeah.
In active voluntary euthanasia countries, you're biting the bullet literally.
That was so dark.
Thank you. You wanna take a shot in the dark on any of the 8 countries?
Well, I know
Norway.
one is Canada.
One is Canada. That is correct.
It's the leading country in that research, actually.
5 of the 8 are in Europe.
Figured. I
France.
guarantee you it has to be like the Norwegian countries, like Finland or
It
Norway.
is none of the Norwegian countries. You're gonna be shocked.
The United Kingdom.
Oh my god. That was bad. That hurt. In order of effective date, the Netherlands, starting in 2002, Belgium, Luxembourg, Colombia in 2014, Canada, 2016, Spain in 2021, New Zealand, and Portugal currently is passing it. It passed the Assembly of the Republic in August of 2023.
New Zealand isn't a part of Europe.
I know.
Okay,
Neither is
just double
Colombia.
checking. I'm bad with geography.
Okay. I said 5 of the 8 are in Europe.
I also can't
Colombia,
count.
New Zealand, and Canada are the 3 that are not European.
I also
So
can't
turkey
count.
porn.
Turkey porn. Are we gonna
Turkey
cut all that
porn.
out? I have no idea. We'll see.
No, because I really want to put in the little episode box. We talk about everything from blank to euthanasia in Europe.
We should do that.
Honestly, I put things in there. We're not talking about euthanasia in either a negative or positive way. We're just talking about it.
Okay.
Oh my god! Because we're talking about the euthanasia of lice.
Guys, okay. Yeah, we're talking about pubic lice. Okay, I forgot that's how we got here.
We're talking about if vegans are allowed to kill pubic lice.
PETA says,
Oh my
we
God.
understand, but we'll be disappointed in you if you do.
That's crazy. You're going to hell.
Yeah. You're going to vegan hell.
Oh. Speaking of vegan hell, we got tofurkey and quinoa for Thanksgiving.
You know she didn't season any of that either.
Dude, honestly, I fuck heavy with tofurkey. It's pretty good. Quinoa for Thanksgiving, not really into it.
No.
My family's table, I must say. But, anywho, as she's preparing this insane array of food for the pita board that's coming over, she hears a suspicious amount of scratching coming from her bathroom. And afraid that this thing is going to be like scratching the paint off the wall, she busts in there to find that not only has the turkey doubled in size, but has also knocked over a bunch of her shit, including an obnoxiously expensive organic shampoo, because girl, get a grip. It isn't that important. Chill. Anyway. So she's like wadding up toilet paper to like wipe up the shampoo that is spilled. And as she's bending over, she feels the turkey brush up against her behind. And as this is happening, her skirt starts to ride up, and then the turkey, full stop, grinds against her behind like it's high school prom.
Yep. Yeah.
But you know what? We're supposed to find this okay. Because as she turns around, she feels a hand, a humanoid hand, grasp her tita. Her tita. I said tita twice.
Tita, tita.
Tita, tita. The Teton mountain range.
You sound like an old British lady saying goodbye. Tita, tita.
Oh, Janice, it's been so lovely having crumpets and tea with you today. Tita!
Tita! I must go now, darling. I have to go run some errands. Tita!
Tita! Yeah, no. I don't think that's the sound her boobie was making when this human hand starts fondling it. But to her, I guess, pleasant surprise, and to my shock and horror, this chick turns around to find a man in the place of where the turkey had just been, but not just any man.
Not just any man.
This man is literally described as hung, having brown, red, like tiny feathers all over, and for some godforsaken reason has no nipples or belly button.
I forgot about that too. But then
how badly do you want to fuck a Ken doll?
Oh, none at all. I'll be honest. No, but you know what the most horrifying part is, correct?
Share with the class.
It's his goddamn face, because he still has the face of a fucking turkey. So we get a ginormous dick of a man with no belly button, no nipples, and he's just got a turkey for a head. And I'm like. So immediately when I read that, I did have to put this down for like a good 5 minutes to stop myself from laughing so hard, because like Lauren said, I also read this at work, because all I could keep imagining was just the turkey head and like the little skin thing that like goes over its beak, just going like. Like,
I think it's the fact that his eyes are repeatedly described as like pure inky black, and like they're devoid of pupils or anything like that. It's just one giant like black. Like,
oh my god! The funniest part too is like if you think of a turkey and it's like looking straight at you, that thing is ugly as shit. It's literally got a ball sack on top of its head, like over its beak.
And she's out here being aroused by this.
She's like, I want to get it on with the turkey man.
I'm like, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Please stop.
Oh my god.
Oh, funnily enough, the weirdest part of this whole thing was not the turkey head for me. It was the no belly button in nipples. Because I obviously get why, right? Because like turkeys don't have nipples and belly buttons, so it's supposed to be like a 1-to-1 translation, I guess. But like,
sorry, I just had the realization that birds don't have nipples or belly buttons because they don't need them. Because I just made that realization. Oh my god.
It's like mammals are the only creatures that have those.
I'm broken. Ashlyn, what would you like to say?
So, for our listeners, I have chickens and I've hatched chickens and I've had to help hatch chickens. And chickens have umbilical cords, just not in the way that you think. The shell, there's like a membrane inside the shell, and that is their umbilical cord.
But it's like attached to them. Do they have belly buttons?
It is attached to them. They don't have belly buttons, but they do have like a spot. It's okay. This is gonna sound really gross. It's like on their butt, and so if you have a chicken that hasn't absorbed the nutrients that it needs to hatch, sometimes you have to help them. And if you take the shell off of them before they've hatched all the way, there's like, I'm gonna call it a blood sac. It's not blood, but it's like the nutrients, but it looks like blood. That is like kind of on their butt, and that's their umbilical cord spot. But it's their butt.
I just didn't make the connection that because he was a turkey, that was why he didn't have nipples or a belly button. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna dispel my disbelief.
That's so funny that you said that, because literally in my notes, verbatim, I'll read it to you. I said, obviously, this is a translational carryover from the turkey, from where turkeys have no nipples or belly buttons. But come on now, we're already suspending so much disbelief with the fact that this chick is getting fondled by a weird turkey in her vegan bathroom. We can cut the realism for the sake of nipples, okay?
But also, if it's a shapeshifter. Okay, wait a minute. I have another question now for this universe.
Okay.
If he's a were-turkey, but he's transforming into a human for a day, did just a man bite a turkey, and then that's how the turkey became a were-turkey or something?
Oh, shit. Maybe.
It's opposite werewolf.
Maybe this is the curse of being a carnivore, in which on Thanksgiving Day, one unlucky soul is eating a turkey, and that turkey comes back as a wizard. Yes.
Is that why the president has to pardon a turkey every year on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
To appease the turkey wearer. Ashlyn.
Because yes.
I have a question regarding your thoughts in the lore of this universe.
Okay.
When she takes the turkey, the farmer yells, "Stop right now, you don't understand." Does the farmer know that it is a were-turkey?
He's the one who bit the turkey and made it into a were-turkey.
He's patient zero.
He is patient zero.
And if that's the case, why was the turkey running?
Who knows?
He wanted to experience the thrills of his belly buttonless, nippleless body.
He wanted to feel the love and experience of what it means to have a woman.
What it's like to love a vegan.
To love a vegan woman.
Oh man. I also wrote at the end of that tirade in my notes, I literally just say, and I quote, "Oh yeah, and he also has a turkey head still."
That's what got me. I'm like, did he just stop mid-transformation? Like, he couldn't finish? Like, get in the head? To go all the way? He's like, I put too much power into my penis to make it large.
That's where all the blood flow went. Anyway, so the turkey man, without saying please ma'am or thank you, starts unbuttoning. Like literally they describe it as his hand darts out. I was like, what the fuck? He unsheaths his blade. No, he starts rapidly unbuttoning her shirt, and I shit you not, the line "creamy tits" is a thing that's said in this paragraph. Also, "pussy gets moist" is also a thing that is said.
Yep.
Basically, he starts like pursuing her, and that way she's starting to feel aroused, but at the same time is like, no, I gotta get away. And so she flees down like the hallway trying to escape. And then all of a sudden he slams into her from behind and knocks her onto her hands and knees, where she proceeds to say, and I'm direct quoting here, that her cunt clenches involuntarily and that this makes Turkey Man trill with satisfaction. But also, I also need to let listeners know that in the very next sentence, she's described as wearing like panties. So unless she's wearing a G-string or something, I don't know how Turkey Man would have seen her mounds clench. You know,
maybe she was expecting something from her PETA gang when they all showed up. Maybe they were all going to go into like a orgy or something.
She prepared for this special event with her G-string.
Yeah. Trying to think, how would he know? Just cling wrap, because it's bad.
Cling wrap. Foul, vile, cling wrap. Oh, it makes like a scrunching noise anytime she
I can hear her coming from a mile away. No, stop. I hate it.
Oh my god. So here's the part where she sort of starts giving in to this like surprising attraction that she has for this man, because as he, mounts her essentially, she describes his turkey head as both attractive and regal looking. So she's a furry, confirmed.
Like, have you ever looked at a turkey? Those things are so ugly. There's nothing regal about that.
They literally look like vultures that had spent too much time in a swimming pool. They're so pruny.
Yeah. They're so pruny. They're so ugly. They're ugly, ugly birds.
Now, I don't know about y'all. We have read some nasty things on this podcast, live on the air, for our loved ones to listen to. Normally, I do not shy away from such readings. Today, I don't know if I necessarily feel like recounting in detail how this turkey man has penetrative sex with this woman. But I did write down some quotes that I think will give you the picture. In this order, they are as follows. Quote, rubbing the head of his dick against her weeping hole. Quote, not caring anymore that this strange man bird is going to stuff her with his meat. I also wrote, in less than a page, Joe goes from running away from this creature to literally begging for him to penetrate her. Mere 15 sentences apart, I counted, to be exact. His circumference is also compared to a Coke can. And if anyone has the Kindle version up in front of them, because I had to return that shit to Amazon Library so fast when I finished it.
I have it.
There is would you like, I don't know if you feel comfortable doing so. If not, please feel free to veto this. There is a paragraph around this section where she looks down as this act of coitus is happening to look at her stomach.
Yep,
and then
I see it.
Would you like to read the first like 2 sentences of that?
I don't want to, but I will for you.
Thank you.
Joe dared to a look at her stomach, and it looked distended, as if she had gorged herself on Thanksgiving dinner, full of pie and potatoes, veggies, and meat. She gave a crazy little giggle. She was full of meat. Glorious cock, and she loved it.
And somehow, across all the things we've read, that line right there is what grossed me out. It's like, I can't do this anymore.
That's what grossed you out? Do you want to, here, let me read what one grossed me out. She gave, this is literally on the same page, she gave a squawk of need, wanting nothing more to be filled. Oh, wait, where'd it go? Sorry, it went the wrong way. She gave a squawk of need, wanting nothing more to be filled by him, as she landed on a plate piled high with mashed potatoes. They squelched around her ass cheeks. Her own juices dribbled down her legs to coat them like some sort of taboo gravy.
Yeah, that was bad.
I'm like, don't you dare disrespect the best side dish of Thanksgiving. Don't you dare.
When I read that, I closed my laptop and I texted Ashlyn. I said, and I quote, ... mashed potatoes. And she knew. Oh my God. Yeah. Basically, as she's like right about to arrive, we shall say, he like picks her up and puts her into a new position, which I was like, all right, way to kill the momentum, Chief, but all right. So he picks her up, takes her to the kitchen, and sets her on the counter where, as Sydney lovingly described, sets her on a plate of mashed potatoes. And they proceed to...
Sorry, now I'm thinking about it. Mashed potatoes are hot. She would have like a first-degree burn if she landed her ass in mashed potatoes.
I guess temperature play is a thing. I don't know. God. Oh my God. Yeah. I'll just read my notes. I can't. All right.
Yeah.
He's pounding her relentlessly, and at some point she cries out, quote, more, give me your meat. And if I ever said that to anyone, I would fully understand and encourage them to beat the ever-loving shit out of me, is what I wrote.
Yeah. Oh, wait. But then he also came into her snatch. What the fuck?
That's my next line. That's the next one.
What's a snatch? I've never heard that. That is my first time hearing that terminology. I know
it feels so
pussy,
British.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so British.
Into her snatch. He came into my snatch. Then why the fuck are you saying that in a Thanksgiving porn book?
She really, for some reason, was comfortable describing the full graphic details of the were-turkey's penis, but can't bring herself to say vagina.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like she's going through a thesaurus for all the female genitalia, and she's like, I know there's only a limited amount of options for a penis, so we'll just go dick, penis, cock. Yeah, that feels about right.
Listen, I could give you a few more. Member, rod, meat stick,
sword.
Man carrot.
Member's a big one.
Member is a big one. What's a male turkey called? Is it just turkey? I know there's a hen for a turkey, but I don't know if there's like.
Male adult turkeys are called gobblers. Juvenile males.
Give me your gobbler.
The one that I know is Tom. A Tom turkey is a adult male turkey.
That, for some reason, the image of gobbler reminds me of that one song that like has since not become a meme, but it's the one where it's like la di da di da slam on me knob. Like that's
Yep.
Oh God, her snatch. Yeah. We're almost done, listeners. Don't worry. You can escape this hellscape soon.
Yep.
They climax together, and she immediately starts sucking him off and describes his taste as, quote, strange but not undesirable. Now, I wrote something about this because I was passionate about this. And I said, and I quote,
I'm so scared.
I said, and I quote, as traumatized as I am by what we have just read, I can acknowledge that we're already in too deep. This novel has been explicit enough as is. Why not just describe the taste? Don't just say that it's strange. You're a creative woman. You've got many evocative words for many mundane things, including the vagina. What's the taste profile of a were-turkey?
Doesn't need
so glad to...
Just need a little rosemary, a little thyme.
Yeah, that was delicious. It's genius. A little bit of cranberry aftertaste.
He just needs to be put back into the oven at 350 for like another couple hours, and he'll be perfect.
Ew. Tenderize him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, and then they go for round 2, but then it fades to black, so we're spared. Thank God. Now, we only have a couple pages left of this monstrosity, and you'll never guess where it goes. I didn't. I don't know about
I didn't
y'all.
either. I was like, oh, I wonder if it's just going to be fade to black. Nope, we have to have an ending.
And boy, howdy, did we get one. It's the next morning, and Josette wakes up alone to the sound of her doorbell being rung furiously. It's Sadie,
president of their PETA branch, and she is furious because apparently they had heard Joe's yelling from her house when they came over for Thanksgiving last night, which apparently she skipped because she was fucking the turkey man all night. And they heard her yelling about how much she craves meat and loves meat, and assumed she was eating animal products. She is subsequently kicked out of PETA, and then she says, well, basically, if I could just fuck this man, and this is the way I can have my meat, then it's worth it. And that's where this novel ends.
She would gladly take her avian lover any day. That's how the book ends. Oh,
Disgusting.
Oh, also to note, the were turkey has disappeared. She doesn't know where he is.
True. And she just assumes he's going to come back. She's like, if I get to do this again, then well, I'm like, girl, he hit it and quit it.
He's the ghost of Thanksgiving's present.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. He back on the farm. He's going to be telling all his weird turkey friends, being like, you'll never guess the night that I had.
You guys will never guess this lady I fucked with.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. You know. Damn. That was that.
Yeah, that's the end of the novella. Ashlyn, do you by any chance have any questions for us?
Lit. Sick.
It's been so long, but I do.
Yay.
Let's start with simply the most obvious. Would you fuck the were turkey man?
No.
Why or why not?
Turkeys are the ugliest birds of the whole bird thing. You couldn't even choose a hot bird.
Like pigeons, as we discussed prior.
I never claimed that pigeons were hot. I was just thinking it would be funny to just hear.
Because literally in so many erotica novels, they describe like whispering and like dirty talk as like cooing sometimes.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what pigeons do.
It's literally what they're made for. But like, it's like the ugliest bird. And it's like mostly man. And then a turkey head. I would be so scared.
It's sick and twisted. Normally I yes and for the bit a lot. I'm okay being known as the furry and the this and the that. I'm not doing it this time.
No.
No.
This is a step too far.
What % human does your body have to be to not count as bestiality?
This is like worse than the trolley problem.
Yeah, I don't like this question.
Well, we just read a book about it. So.
Okay, so I will say you have to be less than 50%.
Less than 50.
So centaur is fine.
Oh yeah, baby. Think about a mermaid. Think about a mermaid. She's 50% fish.
That's true. That's a good
That
point.
is true. Does it
I'm not
matter
wrong.
which parts?
Well, yeah.
I don't know for me if it's more of a question of like ratio or if it's like placement of the
True.
other creature parts. I would prefer if the places of coitus interaction are humanoid. I could.
So you'd be okay with for a fish man upper body and a naked man for a lower part of a body, or reverse mermaid.
So we're good with fucking the Minotaur then.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, the Minotaur's fine.
I'm gonna say no to fish head.
Man.
Listen,
I get it.
I can fix him.
Grab those horns. Let's get going.
He's got some anger problems. You know, he's like vicious in the bedroom.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Doesn't Tate McKirk have a Minotaur book?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on my personal Goodreads list.
Mated to the Minotaur. It's the name of the book.
There we go.
It's gay. It's
Gay, right?
It's MLM, but not the bad kind.
Let's go gays. Let's go
Gay rights.
gay rights.
I support gay rights and gay wrongs.
And that's a gay wrong.
And that is a
big
gay wrong.
I think you've touched on the answer to this question, but would you read anything else by this author?
Yeah.
I would. I would.
Outside of the scope of this podcast?
No. I would if. Okay, wait. I'll let Lauren go. No, Lauren.
No,
you go.
you go.
Go.
After you.
After you. I would say, okay, I would read another one outside of this podcast. I would have to do it with other people because I wouldn't seek it out myself.
That is exactly what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how short these are, this could be like a really great like party game or just like a thing you do when you're wasted, just like hanging out with friends, be like, look at this crazy Minotaur book that I'm reading.
Yeah.
It's 20 pages. Let's do it. Sorry, that was a painting falling of Cupid cherub babies that I have in my room.
What would you rate this novella pamphlet out of 5?
It takes a lot to mess me up. I'll give it honorable mentions for this. Some brownie points. I'd say like a 2.75. Maybe 3 if I'm intoxicated.
I will say a 2. And it's going back to my reasons that I've listed before in my rankings that I think about. So, for one, I would not recommend this book to anyone in my life unless I'm like, you're about to be in a ride. This is funny. I will not actively pick this back up again. It was a one and done kind of situation. And while it was bad, and while there were parts where I was like, this is just bad literature, there were moments that I enjoyed because it was funny or it made me laugh. So I will give it a 2.
Those were all my questions.
Oh.
Well
then.
We're a little short. We're a little short time wise. If Lauren,
okay. Please turn in your Discord books to important links and info, where you will find a BuzzFeed quiz link.
No.
Ladies and ladies, we will be playing a game called Are You Fucking the Turkey or Nah?
No.
In which we will answer, each of us, we're all going to play this short quiz on BuzzFeed about which Thanksgiving food are you. Now, turkey is an answer.
No, I don't want the turkey.
If any of us get turkey, we have to read an excerpt from the raunchy part of this novel.
do I get to choose my excerpt?
Yes.
Excellent.
I have not taken this quiz yet. I just know turkey is an option, and that's all I needed to know. So,
Okay.
I'll be taking it with you.
All right. I am there. Shall we?
I'm going to read the questions out loud. You do your quiz and say your answers out loud.
Okay.
Number 1. Pick a fall color. I'm going with brown.
Well, you got to read out all the options. This is an audio format, Ashlyn.
Well, I was just gonna let you say your answers. That way I don't have to read
No,
all 6 options every time.
Hun, this is an audio format. Our listeners cannot see the BuzzFeed quiz.
They don't need to know all of the answers. They just need to know our answers. Pick a fall color: red, orange, yellow, purple, brown, or black.
I'm picking orange personally.
I'm picking red.
Excellent. I just choked. Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Salty. Ooh.
I also said salty. Favorite weather: rainy, sunny, snowy, or foggy?
Foggy. I'm a Twilight whore.
Sunny.
I said rainy.
This is going to be interesting.
I hope we all get different answers.
Oh, we should.
Pick a fall activity.
Activity. Movie. Crafting. Hang out with friends. Homework.
Who would choose homework? If you choose homework, you're a nerd.
Some of us haven't graduated from our universities yet, and have been doing homework religiously. Okay, back off.
Would you say that's your favorite fall activity? Would you say that's a fall activity?
My favorite fall activity is not listed here.
Same.
Well, you gotta pick out of them. My all year favorite activity is there, which is crafting, because I am a crafting fiend.
Meanwhile, I have recently gotten into watching movies. I'm usually not a usual movie watcher person, but I'm kind of getting into it. So
I also chose movie. I'm not a movie watcher either, but every fall, I rewatch all of the Harry Potter movies in what I can only describe as a marathon that hurts. 10 years strong.
Oh,
there you go.
Amazing.
Who do you spend your holidays with? Friends, family, a partner, other, or all?
Mine is
Family.
other or all.
Mine is also other or all. What is your favorite holiday? Thanksgiving, New Year's, Halloween, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or Christmas?
Mine is technically New Year's Eve, but I will select New Year's.
So mine is actually Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving.
Ooh. Interesting.
Christmas and I have beef, but it's Christmas.
So the reason I say Thanksgiving is because it's somewhat of like a big holiday in my family because we like to invite all of our friends, and it's kind of like more of a found family Thanksgiving. Like family does come, and it's just a very big deal in my family, and I just have a lot of fond memories around the holiday. So I love Thanksgiving. Used to be my least favorite, now it's my favorite.
No.
Where do you go on Thanksgiving? Restaurant, friend's house, family's house, your house.
I kind of just answered this. My family's house.
See, I feel like I want to answer family's house, but it technically is my house. Like my family, me and my two parents have always hosted Thanksgiving for our whole family.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say your house.
My house? No, your house.
I'm in your closet.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm also your house.
All right,
Cold.
then. Ooh.
Apple cider, hot chocolate, tea, coffee, other.
Apple cider all the way. Actually, this is
Yeah.
a quick little tangent. I live near some apple orchards and farms, and my local grocery store sells the apple cider straight from those farms, and they'll sell it until it runs out until like wintertime. I just bought 2 because they have a buy one get one free deal. They're delicious.
I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. I love fresh, like hot apple cider.
So good.
Fall scents. Ooh.
Oh, I'm hot chocolate.
True. That's always
scents.
really good.
pumpkin spice, vanilla, pine trees, cinnamon. One of our chickens' names is Cinnamon.
Cute.
Aw.
Okay, so I'm choosing cinnamon only because of Jack's head and the pumpkin spice loop, and I can't do it. I can't go back to pumpkin spice.
I'm thinking of this question in the context of like perfumes, and since I would wear, and my signature scent has vanilla in it, but it's a very fall advertised scent. Like it came out in the fall collection, so I'm going to do vanilla.
I am also vanilla.
There we go.
What do you like to wear in the fall? Sweaters, hoodies, jackets, t-shirts.
Sweaters all the way, baby.
Oh fuck.
Sydney, I know
Ashley,
you
go
just saw
first.
your results because I just saw my results, so don't say anything. I'm hoodies. I will wear hoodies if it's 95 degrees out, and if it's negative 10 degrees out, I like hoodies.
Yep.
I like sweaters.
I like sweaters too.
I'm wearing a sweater.
What's your result, Ashlyn?
I got pumpkin pie. I'm safe.
What you want to say our results at the same time, Sydney? Because I have a feeling they're the same thing.
Yeah. In three, two, one. Turkey.
We answered so differently. How did we both get turkey?
You know BuzzFeed just randomly assigns you an answer.
I know.
This is me getting pumpkin pie as comeuppance for how many times I had to read by myself during the FNAF episode.
Thank you. Would you like to choose our sections for us, Ashlyn, as the winner?
Please hold.
Give us a paragraph each, whatever you want to do.
I'm trying to find.
Remember, I read
it.
I must say, remember, Ashland, I read the FNAF fanfic with you.
Yeah, you can be nice to her. You can be mean to me. It's okay. I can take it.
Go gentle on me.
Ooh. What's her name? Tate. Oh. Tate Mick. Kirk.
Sydney, I'm not sure how to tell you where to go because I'm reading the Kindle version on my iPad. So I'm not sure how to.
Just give me the first 3 letters in the paragraph.
The first 2 words are A, Reedy, Reedy.
I'm already there.
Awesome. You only have to read that chunk. You don't have to read anything else. Lauren, on the other hand.
So I have to read the whole paragraph?
Up to the word before.
Word before. Found it.
Let's see if I can find a good one for Lauren.
I have the book re-downloaded, and I'm sure my dad got that Amazon notification, so it is what it is.
While you look, I can do my section for getting turkey on BuzzFeed. A reedy little whine escaped from Joe's lips. A high-pitched little exhale in time with each press of cock deep within her. She could feel her own orgasm building, more powerful than anything she'd ever experienced before.
Pretty tame. That was good.
One more sentence. Sorry.
The turkey man was starting to make her never want to use her vibrator ever again.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lauren, I'm gonna need some major voice acting from you.
All right.
You're gonna read the paragraph. It's like the third to last paragraph. It starts with the blonde.
Okay. Let me find that real quick.
It's like it's third to last paragraph of the whole thing.
Okay. I found it.
I want voice acting. I want emotion.
What does a president of PETA sound like?
The blonde turned around, fury in her eyes.
What's going on? You were supposed to have us over for Thanksgiving last night, and when we got here, we heard you inside yelling how much you loved meat and you wanted more. She snarled, sticking a boning finger in Joe's face. The way I see it, you're no friend of animals. Good job playing us, sister. But I see you for what you really are, a meat-loving bitch who took advantage of our kindness to make fun of us. Don't you ever come back.
Excellent. That was so good. That was so good. Oh my gosh.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
I'm about to say
Happy first episode of what is the first part of our Thanksgiving chaos.
Yeah.
It's only downhill from here, listeners.
It is only downhill from here. But hey, thanks for tuning in and thanks for listening to us review Stuffed by the Were Turkey. If you liked the podcast, please let us know. I would say we worked hard on this, but we just read a little novella. But please go listen to some other episodes. We've got some other really good episodes that are similar to this one. Go follow us on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. Go to YouTube. We've got a YouTube there. We'll eventually have maybe stuff up on Twitch or maybe, I don't know. We'll eventually get there. We'll figure it out. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And I would say like, share, and subscribe, but I've heard that doesn't work. So just do whatever you want. And I guess we'll kind of see you later, you gobbling goobers.
Join us next week for what I think is going to be a tipsy fanfic night.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Raunchy Power Hour. Find us on Instagram and Twitter at the RPH Podcast. Send us book recs to our email, raunchypowerhour@gmail.com, or at the link in our bio on any of our socials. As always, stay raunchy.